study the position. So it is good that it's a lot of options, but I want you to I want this to kind of soak in. And one thing I want to talk about, lay on this side. I'm gonna show you this angle. You're attacking the choke first. Of course, in theory, I want to make sure, come up real quick. Look at where my hand is. She's got this logo right in the middle of her gi. That's where I want my hand. Some of you are back here. I'm not gonna choke her here. I'm not gonna choke anyone this way. You really need to dig deep. So I only asked her to come up so you could see where it's at. So when I'm down here, I'm pulling up. I have to make it realistic for her to defend, for my opponent to defend, okay? And so now I can come over the top, now I can go underneath, and same thing, it's gotta be just as far, just as deep. And so now my elbows come into my rib, they don't flare out, they come this way, so I get the tap. So this is like my jab in boxing. This is just to make them move. Sometimes you can get a good hit with a jab, but I'm trying to make the movement. I'm trying to get something going, right? And so when my opponent starts defending, that's the next step, right? So the next step is I'm in my S mount and they're defending either here or this way. So that's when we do the wrist lock, okay? Some of you, if you defend like this, the second time, you don't do the wrist lock. You do the tricep grab, right? To peel off the grip. So depending on what my opponent does, that's when I'm going for the move. I showed it in this order, but you all know when you roll, it never happens in this order. It happens in any order. It can be the other move next, then this move, right? So when I'm in this position, she connects her hands together, or she defends the choke, then I attack the wrist lock. And notice my instinct to attack a wrist lock is here. So I'm doing this motion because I'm already used to wrist lock. When you guys are training here with the school, be easy with the wrist locks, okay? You go slow and you pull. The tournament, that's when you go. Self-defense, you go hard, okay? A way to train yourself so you don't lose that good habit is anytime you slap a wrist lock, go fast on this and then just go slow here. And just let them know, like, okay, I think I got the wrist lock. Sometimes, if your teammate's cool, they'll tap. Sometimes they might have that ego a little bit. Oh, you didn't get it, I'm good. It's like, wait, I didn't get it because I went slow, right? So, and that's fine. I'd rather have that and then come back and learn to be humble with more rolls than you hurt their wrist, okay? That's one option. Another option, like we said, is when my opponent's connecting my hands this way, that's when I start peeling that grip. And again, my leg is down here, guys, just so she can breathe, right? I really want to be in this situation. I really want to be like putting pressure, shin on face, hamstring over face. I like this position this way as I'm talking, right? Like I'm really putting that pressure, and then I could lean back and start peeling that grip. But what happens if neither of them work? My opponent's really strong. They bully me. They come up every time. So then we start working the other position. She has a really strong grip. I can't peel this off. We've rolled before. She comes up, escapes all the time. So now that I know this, I'm gonna use it's just a very simple approach. Instead of going for the arm bar, I'm gonna still act like I'm going for the arm bar, right? It might come up here. And I still might be able to get it this way, but this answers your question. I start grabbing the leg this way. Now, as long as I grab the leg, your opponent can come up. Doesn't matter how strong they are. Yes, your offense is a little weaker because now all my my weight is back. But your defense is really strong. And when I say defense, it doesn't mean you're defending anything. You're just defending their reversal. So it's hard for them to come up because you have the leg grab, okay? And so this leg, I'm letting her breathe, but sometimes I like to hook behind the leg. You're fine. And so now what I do is, as I have this leg, this is a really good attack for me, I thread the needle. What's my needle? My right foot. Thread it, pass it. Now I bait my opponent, right? If they don't come up, perfect. Cross the legs, take the arm bar. If they come up, perfect transition into a triangle. If they're still stubborn with the triangle, I do the arm bar triangle, or the triangle arm bar, rather. Cross the legs again. As long as I have this leg, they're not coming up fully. If I let go of this leg, they might. And sometimes some people like that and will do that too. So it's really up to your style. So if I know this is happening, this is saving me. If I'm not very flexible, then I really have to start working on my hip escape from this position. So just like we practice our shrimp, we do our shrimp here as well, okay? So there's several ways. I could shrimp out, shrimp this way. Look at where my knee comes. And I just basically feed it through. I hold on to the underhook, chop down with my calf. Do not go over your foot, go over your ankle. And now I'm able to squeeze down, get the triangle. Option 1, option 2, triangle arm bar. Option 3, back to the arm bar. I still have the leg though. I never let go of the leg. If I'm not very flexible, some people have this problem, maybe their opponent has like a big neck, big person. All I do is I simulate the same thing with my legs. So let's say my legs don't close, and now I pull with my left heel over my right ankle, I pull down, and it still simulates that triangle even though there's space here. Because remember, they're choking because of their arm on the carotid and my leg on the carotid here. And then I can really work on this type of angle. That's one option. There's so many other options. We won't have time to go over them today, but at least you can kind of see where they're doing. Because I'm a small guy, every time I've trained, people have always done this to me. They reverse me all the time. So when I was a white belt, they do it, blue belt, purple. And so now I was explaining, sometimes you know that's gonna happen, so now I anticipate it and I use it for something else, to get the back, to get the triangle, to get the leg lock even, okay? Any questions?
When you're holding the leg, are you trying to just hold on to it, or are you trying to like keep it slightly elevated?
So it's good, both. So I hold on to it at first to prevent them, but as they try to come up, I pick it up. Because if I just hold it here, they can kind of come up still. So I make sure, I like hooking it, it's easier because you can do it in no-gi, but if it's gi, I can even grab it here. So if she tries to come up, I just pick it up. They can't come up. They need, everybody, every human needs their outside leg to pivot. So even a wrestler, if you grab the outside leg, it's very hard for them to come up. So you hook. Plus, I have some other stuff that I'm waiting to set up here, as you all can see, right? So if I'm in this position, I can start setting up my leg entanglement for a leg lock too, later, right? Now I really want to build on my fundamentals. So this leg is gonna be good. If I armbar this way, this is good too. I don't slow my opponent down or stop them, but I can really take away the shoulder angle and mess up their shoulder on the armbar. Somebody's getting armbarred back there. Okay. That's what it sounds like when you get armbarred by me. Just kidding, but not really. So I have the grip, same thing, okay? All we're gonna do is practice this position. Look at my pivot. If you guys are taller and you have trouble threading the needle, another option is feeding over with your long legs and chopping down. You all have the legs, the anatomy, and the strength to do it. Us little guys do not. I can't, as much as I can't chop. So I gotta just finesse my way inside to my submission, okay? But you guys can definitely try chopping over, connect your hands, over that outside leg. 1, 2, don't let go of this, don't let go of the leg, and now you chop down. If you're taller, this does work. Does not work a lot for shorter people. Okay, any questions? All right guys, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. This will be the last one and then we'll roll.